Hi guys, welcome back to The Baseline. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys are having a great day, a great night, and a great life. So, it started quietly, right? Kind of like a rumor whispering through a timeline. Not a coup, not a conspiracy, just code. A few invisible lines that began to decide what you see, what you fear, and who you think is your enemy. Now, the cameras kept rolling, but the country stopped sharing the same picture. Because the next time they said national security, they weren't guarding borders, they were guarding bandwidth. So here's what happened. Let me explain. While Americans argued about elections, wars, and prices, an unseen industry rewrote the way democracy actually breathes. And they call this the algorithm, the most powerful unelected force on earth. It doesn't vote, it doesn't sleep, and it knows you better than your own mother does. And now even Barack Obama has come out of retirement to compete with it. Now, when Obama hit the campaign trail again, cool, calm, that voice that once felt like moral oxygen, it wasn't nostalgia. It was necessity, because his old tool, just communication, has been replaced by a machine that speaks emotion faster than any president ever could. So remember when democracy meant debate? Now it means engagement. And engagement means outrage. We traded ballots for clicks, policy for dopamine, unity for going viral. And if you think I'm exaggerating, ask yourself this. When's the last time you saw a calm headline go viral? It's like watching firefighters trying to put out a blaze that's secretly been sponsored by gasoline companies. And that's what Obama's facing. A nation trained by platforms to reward conflict, then punished for wanting calm. Now, reports suggest his advisors debated whether he should even return, because his kind of message, slow, reflective, calm, it doesn't trend anymore. The algorithm has a new taste, shorter, angrier, louder. It feeds on fear and divisiveness the way Wall Street feeds on debt. And yet, there he was walking into Norfolk, Virginia. Federal workers, veterans, families, all living inside that digital fog. And his speech wasn't just politics. It was a rescue mission. He was trying to remind people what leadership really sounded like before the volume button got stuck on 11. But here's the plot twist. The very machine, the machine dividing us in the same one shaping way of what you're hearing right now, every like, every comment, every clip, part of the same feedback loop that decides who wins elections, who gets silenced, and who's in pain, is profitable. It's like democracy's been put on a treadmill run by Silicon Valley, sweating harder and going absolutely nowhere. Meanwhile, voters, especially Black and brown communities, are living two versions of America. On one feed, unity and progress. On another, fear and invasion. Same events, opposite realities. Now, Maria Teresa Kumar said, and she said it best, people in Texas are seeing completely different news than the people in New York. So that's not journalism, is it? That's digital, or a form of digital segregation. And here's the deeper reveal to all of it. Algorithms don't create hate. They weaponize it, because outrage keeps you scrolling, and scrolling keeps you sold. That's why you can feel exhausted after 5 minutes online. It's not by accident. It is by design. So think of democracy as a public square. Now imagine that every time someone screams, the microphone gets bigger and bigger. And that's what our feeds have become, a distortion chamber where the calm voices vanish and the loudest ones get sponsored. Even Obama's gift, his ability to translate complexity into clarity, is being tested right now. Because when the truth competes with entertainment, entertainment usually wins. And that's the heartbreak of the moment, right? We all know better. We know better. But the machine knows us best. So it brings us to this moral contradiction, doesn't it? We built a technology meant to connect us, and it keeps profiting by keeping us apart. It's a power paradox. The people who own the platforms don't need to rig an election. They just need to rig attention. So what's the hidden cost? Every scroll trains the next generation to confuse visibility with validity. And the forbidden question? If democracy now runs on algorithms, who programs the freedom? Because make no mistake, this isn't about left versus right anymore. It's about software versus self-will. Now, Obama's return isn't just nostalgia. It's the warning flare, of an old system fighting to breathe under a digital tide. Now, here's the hopeful twist though, right? Because awareness is the first act of rebellion. Every time we all pause before sharing, every time we choose curiosity over fury, you bend that code back toward humanity. Democracy doesn't die in darkness. It dies in the middle of distraction. And the only real way out is being aware, is attention, the kind that listens longer than it reacts. So maybe the next great revolution won't happen in the streets. It'll happen in the scroll. And the question is, when the feed fights the vote, who's going to end up winning? All right, guys, what do you think? Do I have this all right? Do I have it all wrong? Let me know in the comment section below. I look forward to reading all of your comments. And thank you again so much for joining me here on The Baseline. Okay, cheers, everybody.